You got your notes?
Book?
Yeah. It's called a violin. That song's from Ethiopia. My violin, the one that my parents bought me when they decided I was, ready for a good one, a serious one, was stolen out of the back of my trunk in Boston when I went to the Rat for a show. Stupidly left everything in my trunk. Somebody stole it. I took the insurance money and I went to a 5-story flea market in Boston on Route 28 across from the Science Museum. There was this old antique-y flea market stuff, and I just went and tried a bunch of violins, fell in love with this one. The guy said it might be a Joseph Klotz, and my father said he actually owned a Joseph Klotz. Klotz is a German maker, I think, from maybe the 18th century. $1,500. I never had it appraised, which is probably, I should, because you never know. Wouldn't it be amazing if it was worth something? It's worth something to me because I love the tone. The song probably was my song called Freed, which is on my second album, and it has a bunch of almost Led Zeppelin-y kind of string parts. There was an engineer I worked with, his name is Chad Blake. He would do these things, he would take the violin, so we'd just record into a cheap old 57 microphone, but then he'd take the sound into the control room and then back out through these huge horns that he found in India, where they use for public announcements and music, outside in public places. So he'd have these huge horns and the sound coming back into the live room and recording that, just to hear how it went from the pure sound into the little cheap microphone, into the board, and then out through this Indian speaker horn thing, and how he manipulated the sound like that with old, funky pieces of equipment, nothing fancy. That's the kind of stuff I really like.
No.
Yes. I got to play in the string section for Page and Plant back in '95. And so I got to play with Zeppelin on that stage, and there was also the Egyptian ensemble. So there was the Egyptian dudes. I was more excited about the Egyptian dudes than I was about Page and Plant. Depends on the gig. I don't love the sound of the electric violin. I never have, because you don't hear air. I want to hear this. I want to hear the strings, the body. I want to hear this. Electric, it's all, the signal. However, live, sometimes it just cuts through. I do write music for violin only, too. I kind of write whatever is striking me at the moment. I like parts. I like arrangements. I have this old lap steel, and I put that through a big muff, so it's all... And then I will play the violin and layer myself, because I've got this Boss loop station thing. So I'm writing music that's this just violin, layered parts, and then you take your lap steel and you go like that, and it's super gritty and beautiful at the same time. Have you read this book called But Beautiful? It's fictional little stories, but it's all about these jazz musicians. I think there's this piece on Jerry Mulligan, there's a little story about Dexter Gordon things. It's all fictional, but it's based on what the writer knew about their personalities and what they knew about their relationships with their instruments. So at the end of the book, I just remember being so inspired about what these players and what a player can bring to their music. And it's all the stuff that's hidden, right? And it's all the in between the notes, and it's all that stuff that what Miles Davis said, it's not what you play, it's what you don't play. That's a rice cake. I mean, inspiration in its truest form, Yeah, we can have some of these. Having a relationship with another player where something comes out that's somewhat spiritual from the spirit, that to me now is the most important. I've got a lot on my plate right now, so the most important thing is for me to feel like that side of me in my life is being nurtured.